Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Reine Des Fleurs. And we are in the middle of our visit with Orpheus. And he's about to tell us some story about why he looks sad when he looks at the moon. By far, Orpheus is the easiest, most agreeable person to get along with. The only problem he has is that he's got low self-esteem. He doesn't have that much confidence in himself as a knight, because he feels like he was low-born and everything. But he's such a sweetheart. Alright, well, let's get on with this conversation. Let's try to boost his confidence. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Hold on, Orpheus. Whether it is a fun story or not, I would like to hear your true thoughts. So, that is why I want you to tell me. What are you thinking when you look at the moon?
You're a more straightforward person than I thought.
I'm sorry if I'm being pushy.
Oh, you're fine. That might be an important trait for you to have. However, before I answer your question, would you mind if I ask you one thing?
No, I would not mind.
Please, Violet.
How do you feel about the moon? The moon? What does he want to hear from me? I wonder if I can convey to him exactly how I feel. And we're gonna say X, which was warmth. There was warmth or coldness, and that's what he wanted to hear. Yep, we like the moon just like you do. The moonlight somehow looks so gentle, and I feel that it relieves the cold of the night. So, I like looking at the moon.
Well, I feel the same.
To me, the moon has been the only thing that kept watch over me since I was a child.
Especially on lonely nights, sometimes my emotions just overflow. Even though I manage to repress them during the day, it just comes flowing out, everything. But I feel like the moon is gently cradling me and all my helpless emotions.
I think I know how you feel. The feelings that you don't want to share with anybody, or words that you can't really say openly. When those feelings build up, you start looking for someone with whom you can share your secrets.
Secrets? Yes. I agree with you. That's exactly how I feel.
He seems to have a lot of pent-up emotions.
You're a rather mysterious person.
He's blushing about this.
You might be a good listener, because the words just slip out of my mouth before I realize it.
I would love to know anything about you, even the things you don't think are important. Because I want to know who you really are, so that I can understand you well.
Violet, you are a very good listener. See? My mouth is already trying to say something else.
Orpheus.
I have a habit of trying to gloss things over on the surface. I'm sorry for throwing dust in your eyes. Please, if you don't mind, can I tell you my personal story?
Of course you can.
You've already heard from Asagi that I was an orphan.
Yes.
But I don't think you know this. I have no memories of anything that happened before 9 years ago.
Memories?
Yes, really. One day I was just there. I don't know where I'm from, what my parents are like, my actual age or name. This name, a man who taught me how to play the harp gave it to me.
I see.
So maybe that's why I couldn't stop having these thoughts. Why was I chosen to be a knight? Because I can't even figure it out myself. I still think that maybe it was a mistake, but I'm already here. Of course, I understand that the command selection is supposed to be infallible. I really am willing to cooperate and try my hardest to do whatever I can to the best of my abilities. But my conflicting thoughts just won't go away. I'm just so afraid that I can't be trusted with this heavy duty.
Orpheus. As I expected, Orpheus and I are very alike. If so, then what he needs to hear from me is... If not you, then who?
What?
I was once in the same position that you are in now. I was questioning why I had to be the Reine, and I was worried about whether or not I could fulfill my duty. Every day, I tried to flee from my fate, tears overflowing from my eyes. Then, Hubert spoke those words to me.
Didn't those words make your burden feel heavier?
Of course it did. I was being thrust into a harsh reality. I really felt so.
But you didn't run away. You decided to face reality. So that's why you're trying to fulfill your duty as Reine with all your might now. Compared to your struggles, I feel ashamed at myself now.
His worries are the same as the ones I had in the past. So, this is what I should tell him.
Don't worry, or that's too bad. And of course it's gonna be, don't worry. That's too bad would be rude. That's too bad.
Don't worry, you will be fine.
Can I ask how you can be so sure?
Yes, because Orpheus, you can still be as cheerful as you are, even though you are struggling inside.
That's because it's been ingrained in me.
It's not so easy to keep smiling under pressure. I know that well, as I'm going through the same thing now. The reason I can still maintain a cheerful facade is because I don't want others to worry about me so much. Don't you feel the same?
Well...
So you will be...
You're really overestimating me. I'm younger than everyone else here.
Actually, it is you who are underestimating yourself. Orpheus, you have a strong mindset, so please have more confidence in yourself.
No way. Even now I'm just whining, aren't I?
I thought I had nearly allayed his worries, but how can I make him feel more confident? Listen, Orpheus, I think we are very similar in a way.
You and I?
Yes. What I tell you now might sound a little bit bitter, but I imagine that the reason you underestimate yourself is not just because of your past, is it?
Well...
Because you have such an important role to fulfill right now. You are afraid that you will not be strong enough to fulfill your tasks. Because I was like that.
If that's so, how did you overcome that fear?
I did not choose to be Reine. It was my fate from the day I was born.
Yes.
So too it is for the Knights of the Command, regardless of your opinion. As long as the Command chooses you, there is no way you can be rejected. In other words, there is no way out from being the Knight. Because there is no substitute.
So there has not been any problem all this while with this system?
As far as I know, I don't think there has been any. See, Orpheus, there is no other Western Knight besides you. If you think your power is not enough, then you may need to train to make it enough.
That's what you've been doing.
Even now, I am still scared about handling the fate of the whole world. Perhaps anyone would feel the same way.
I've never thought of someone else's needs before. I could only delight them for a moment, and then they all just passed by afterwards. And I thought it would be like that for the rest of my life.
Orpheus,
do you think a person like me could possibly change? Am I going to be able to support you?
He cannot progress until whatever is making him worry is removed from his mind completely. So I will...
push buttons in the correct order.
Yes, you can do it.
If you can't believe in yourself, then trust me, because I'm counting on you. Trust you? You know, I feel like I can do that. You are here, and the other knights as well. Even Asagi watches over me. Well, we've depleted his bar, so we have helped build his confidence some. We have achieved our goal. And that is the end of our translation. It's actually a fairly good place to break for once. Yay, Orpheus! Okay, we have one more video with him, and before we move on to the second round of visiting the knights, to fill up the rest of their grace meter thing, so that they're all perfectly adjusted to living here, and then we get to pursue the main paths. So, I hope to see you in my next video, or some of the other ones maybe, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.